Mngere blaze sends multiple homes up in flames, how the Prime Minister's feeling about his deputy's bribe accusations, and some tough talk from the Reserve Bank. Ata Māngere, I'm Shuri Kinnear, and these are the latest NZ Herald headlines. 14 fire trucks have been at the scene of a fire at Auckland's Mangere Bridge this morning. Fire and emergency say they were called just before 3 a.m. and on arrival found multiple houses well involved. They're working to extinguish the blaze. Everyone is accounted for and fire investigators are attending. Meanwhile, 13 fire trucks were called to a fire at a commercial site at Rosedale on Auckland's North Shore last night, which has now been extinguished. Fire investigators have been at the scene. The Prime Minister says he doesn't feel undermined by his deputy's accusations towards the media. Winston Peters has twice this week implied the media was bribed, referring to the previous government's $55 million public interest journalism fund. Chris Luxon says he wouldn't use these words, but shares Peters' frustration, saying the fund created a perception of bias. He says his government will be different to what's been seen before because there are 3 parties and a range of personalities involved. Meanwhile, the Labour leader will announce his shadow cabinet today following the formation of the new government. Last week, Chris Luxon revealed his 28 ministers from National, ACT and New Zealand First. Chris Hipkins will this morning outline the distribution of portfolios among his 34 MPs, but reluctantly let slip 2 appointments yesterday. He confirmed Grant Robertson would remain finance spokesperson and Aisha Verrill would remain health spokesperson. Tough talk from the Reserve Bank. It's kept the official cash rate unchanged at 5.5%, and its forecast track suggests no cuts are on the horizon until mid-2025. It's also left the door open for another increase if inflation pressures are stronger than anticipated. CoreLogic chief property economist Calvin Davidson says financial markets have been starting to think about the possibility of earlier rate cuts.
So I think probably it's the Reserve Bank pushing back against that, saying, hey, just be careful, we're not thinking about that yet, and so we're going to just really ram that message home.
Auckland Mayor Wayne Brown has laid out his wish list for transport in the city as part of a draft long-term plan. Top of the list is a $50 a week cap on all public transport costs in an effort to drive up use. Despite cheaper fares, Auckland Transport itself could be in for budget cuts. The Mayor wants the next decade of capital spending for the agency to go from $24 billion to $14 billion. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more news worth knowing, head to nzherald.co.nz. Kia pai te rā. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.